or Crimson or whatever have you. Just stuff that allows the team to sustain and keep this Lesh alive.
Okay, go for him.
Yeah, I would really like that. If they can get a Wraith Pact, it makes their game a lot easier in these team fights.
So we did discuss the same exact scenario in the last draft. Like Underlord versus Visage, he goes for all these auras, he goes for that Crimson Guard and whatnot she was, but you just lose so much map control that you aren't as relevant as you used to be.
Should have a decent enough lane, I believe. I mean, you can get aggressive with Toby with the Tiny, but you might need a few levels before you do get going.
It's going to take a little bit more to get that magic damage going there with the combination on your Tiny, of course. So you're going to just need to soak up, hold that lane. Not something the Brewmaster loves to do, sharing a lane, sharing EXP. Because you do want to rush into that level 6. You want to rush into maybe a value point in your Cinder Brew, start to burn away at Ghost until that's up, and it's going to be harder for him to trade.
It will. How's that final lane going? Top lane, Pure and Fishman against Chalice and Kaka. Specifically, probably the slowest lane of the map right now. Like, you've got an Underlord. In fact, I say that, but they are going to land a very nice fishing here onto Pure. Body blocks out as well. Chalice able to find a perfect block, and naturally, apologies to the side of Entity for the caster curse there, John. I did say it was the most boring lane. Apparently not.
Yeah, this can get pretty action-packed. A nice simple block. You've got good damage coming out. You're very durable in the front. But a lot of these heroes coming out from RNG in the top lane, and there's really not too much Fishman can do to aggress back, right?
Could end up going for anything here. Doesn't really find what he needed. Meanwhile, Somnus has infiltrated that dire jungle. Just going to try and annoy perhaps the Lycan. Somnus, the most farmed hero on the map right now, just very confidently moving across. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Toby, still being harassed out by xnova, but here comes the turnaround from Kataomi and Toby. They'll just work together onto the Lich with the Frost Shield. It's just so much damage reduction. They'll move it in for the Avalanche. They will find the TB. Right, the Ghost, the Fisher is there, Toby. He is going to drop. It's not a good trade whatsoever. I mean, you've got xnova, but you lose your Pulse 3 Brewmaster. It's just not great news. Down that mid T1 tower, Stormstormer is going to be there as well. Chalice, he's going to be around to defend, and this is how it becomes very, very challenging. Against the Underlord, some things just don't change. It's just very challenging to try and even think about going for that mid T1.
They've got really good vision coming out here from the side of Entity as well, walking back, so at the very least they won't see anyone that kind of wants to sneak around. And they're going to be able to protect that sentry. They catch out Toby though.
They do mid lane. Toby just going to drop on the Brewmaster all alone. Entity, they were focused at the bot lane again. It seemed like they were trying to go after Kaka in the meantime, and Toby just gets sacrificed for nothing. What stage do you think like Entity can start really fighting back with their own draft here, John? Like, what stage do you think they can group up and just start going for those big tier 1s in the mid lane, or perhaps even the tier 2 towers? In fact, you might have to hold that thought, John, because we've got a big smoke coming out. RNG smoked as 4, moving their way down towards the bottom side. They're going to find the Visage. That's a big target, but they will not connect with the Pit of Malice. Stormstormer with some very good micro, and now Kataomi from the backside with a nice avalanche into the Ice Blast onto Chalice, but where's your follow-up damage? It's not there yet. They'll chase down Somnus on the Leshrac, but he's going to be just fine. In fact, Kaka, he's coming in from the backside, but who are they aiming? Kaka in trouble, is going to drop on the Earthshaker, as xnova now is completely surrounded and will also go down. In fact, Chalice still trying to tank up, but they're onto Somnus. Somnus, he's a Giga Chat. He might be able to fight back, but not quite. They've got so much damage. In fact, even Ghost showing up at the last seconds of the team fight needs to back his way out. And he will, but it's still a massive win for the side of Entity.
They managed to find the big kills they wanted. RNG were the ones trying to be aggressive. They're looking for that kill, but they don't manage to burst down Stormstormer fast enough. And they miss that angle. Like, they don't get the Pit of Malice off. A really great use of the micro here from Stormstormer to just drop those familiars down. Very clumped up from RNG. And eventually, even the Ags up on Toby is going to be nice to have as well with a Primal Companion. So things are starting to line up. Stormstormer, his own Ags a little bit further off, but we saw how much damage a Visage can have once that Ags is up as well. It'll just force even more out of RNG's economy. More investment.
Somnus, they're going to find Toby. They'll drop the Echo Slam, and Toby's gone. Because they just weren't expecting the rotation from Somnus. Did have that the Ancient Black Dragon around him, and obviously he can't do much to help him out. And well, Toby, he will drop once again.
Set that up for his team. The side of NTT though, again, they're not lagging too far behind. Fairly even game 6-6. 2K leads.
Bot lane. Right about to break out. The wolf form was popped here by Pure as he will try to rush forward. He would love Somnus. It's a massive pickoff. Kaka, he'll cop the Ice Blast with Somnus. He's the real target. Where's the help? He's popped the Bloodstone, trying to survive. In comes the Dark Portal. Now a nice Fisher. Kaka, he may have saved the day, but Somnus is still dropping. May eventually go down as Toby. He's trying to get the work done, but where's the damage output? Somnus, he's going to survive on the Leshrac. They don't have enough to finish the job off. Somnus, how does he walk out of it? He's alive. It's Kataomi. He's the one to drop. Chalice, he makes it just in the nick of time, and they keep going for more now. Fishman also being caught out on the AA. He is going to go down.
Oh, it's just that timing out from Chalice and the great use of Somnus with that Bloodstone. Like, you just can't kill him. He's just stealing too much, or no BKBs to stop him from doing damage. He's not going to care about the jumps in. He's not going to care about the Brewmaster splitting apart, trying to hold him off.
Oh, Echo Slam top lane. They do end up finding Stormstormer. He's fine for now, however, and Fred Kaka, he's the one getting targeted with the Ice Blast, with the Cold Feet, but he's going to be just fine. In fact, now Chalice, he's being targeted, trying to go through the Dark Rift, through the portal, but they're just stunning him up. He's still a very tanky target. Chalice is still trying to go through the door, but it's just closing on him. They will not let the man go through.
Yeah, good punishment out from Entity, seeing that opportunity to jump in, knowing that there's no real follow-through from Kaka there. And that challenge was basically just Fiend's gating by himself, no backup.
It's not going to be that easy to take him down with the Aegis up. Meanwhile, on the backside, Entity on the other side of things in the Radiant jungle, hanging around, sending Toby's remnants in. In they go. Kataomi is there with the Avalanche and the toss-up. Somnus, he'll get the BKB up in time. Still perfectly healthy, but is he really? Familiars, oh boy, he's down. Kaka, he tried to go for the Echo Slam, but it does not help in the end, and he's dropped as well. There's just so much damage now flying out from Entity. So they've got the Chain Frost down onto the Underlord. That's going to be another, as Chalice just cannot get away. They just melt.
That was really split up from RNG, and Entity were in a really good spot, just holding that high ground very well, very patiently, and just kind of drew them in. They had vision on the high ground when the smoke broke. Chalice was just a little bit too far to try and help keep Somnus alive.
Mid lane again, this could be another great team fight. If Entity can find a way to try and force this as Ghost. Still hanging around. Doesn't have the Aegis this time around and could be in big troubles. They do make the jump in. Kataomi is there with the Avalanche toss, and now the Ice Blast to fly through. He's copying a fair bit. Ghost, what do you do about this one? He'll go for the Sunder. Meanwhile on the backside, Pure, he's been caught out. xnova holds him down, and they just burst him down on the Lycan. So this time around, Entity getting a little bit too overly confident, in RNG they were ready for it.
I love that they managed to get that rate pack going now this time as well. So they mitigate a lot of that burst onto Ghost, give him enough time to just underway, and the AA doesn't really stop you from health swap.
Luckily for them, at the very least, the bot lane is not being forced in any longer, so they don't have to worry about that for now. But what they do have to worry about is this 4-man smoke up from the side of Entity. They do wrap around that mid-river area, trying to make their way over to that Radiant Triangle. Ghost is going to show himself. Fisher is committed just on the Familiars, trying to burst them down, but Ghost, he does get caught out. Ice Blast and a big avalanche is out. Kataomi setting up perfectly. Chalice is in big trouble here on the Underlord. He might just drop, and does. Meanwhile, xnova getting chased down, but will be left alone, so instead they'll go after Kaka on the Earthshaker. That'll be another as Ghost now is completely surrounded. How does he survive this one? It doesn't seem like he can, though. Chalice does try to move in, but it's not in time. They are falling like flies here, the side of RNG. As Entity, they will just keep moving forward. Somnus still trying to fight, does go man up against Pure. In fact, that's a lot of damage from Somnus. He's got one down and another. He's found Pure on the Lycan. Somehow RNG still managed to find a way to fight back, and it's off the back of Somnus.
Yeah, they did have to buy back on multiple heroes for that. Almost the entire team have to throw back up in that fight.
Looking to try and fight the side of RNG for quite a long time. Just doing a good job of trying to avoid them altogether, but Stormstormer gonna move in as the vision of the Familiars, as well as the Wolves coming out from Pure. They're gonna find Ghost. on the TB, and they will slowly start to move in. Ghost kind of surrounded here, does get tornadoed up. Pure, he'll pop the wolf orb. Who are they going to target down first? On the top side, they found xnova, they found Kaka. Both supports in trouble. xnova already got it, now Kaka just drops to the damage of Pure. It's just so much damage as Somnus needs to back out. The BKB is wearing off. He does get nullified. Ghost, he's going to try and mad fight through this, but can he really do it? It seems like he'll try. Toby will back out. They will lose Fishman, however. That's the AA down. That's at least one down for the side of RNG, but Entity, they do buy back. In fact, RNG, they will not stick around. Somnus, he's going to be just fine. Pure, can't get the damage off. So it's really just a 2-for-1 trade. Buyback forced out by Fishman. Who do you call that a win for here, John?
I think you're a bit happier if you're RNG. So more damage, a source of break to kind of help them out and bursting someone down. Definitely going to help the cause there. A Lincoln's coming out from Somnus to help defend himself, especially from nullifiers. Going to be really nice to have as well. It's a little bit more for that to be up, though.
Oh boy, they've got Chalice. That's a big one, but he does BKB up. In fact, now the Pit of Malice turning right back around Toby. He's a big target. He'll be able to force stuff away, though, and does get the primal split off as now Ghost. He'll be targeted here with the toss back of Kataomi, but Ghost is still fine. He will get force stuffed out of there. Meanwhile, xnova being chased down by the units of Pure. In the backside, though, they've got an Echo Slam. They've got the Sunder. Pure being gazed up. Can they get some revenge here? They cannot. He is still just fine. Chalice is the one to go down with the Underlord, but Ghost still trying to man up, still trying to fight against Toby. Toby will force stuff away. Where's the team fight? Entity, it seems like they're out once again. They'll find a couple, they'll get the buyback out from Chalice, and that's going to be enough for him.
That's a big win for Entity. They force out the Metamorphosis. The flank coming out from Pure is just huge. He runs in on the side. No one can really handle him. Still had the BKB to come on as well. And he just makes short work of some of these softer targets. Yeah, you don't find the biggest kills.
Team fight we've been waiting for is Entity. They've got so many ways of scouting out. Not so much through this smoke, but now that the smoke is broken on a couple, who have they found? It's going to be Stormer. The Pit of Malice to lock him down. The Fish is there to follow up, and in comes Kataomi and xnova. He just gets deleted by the support Tiny as he keeps moving forward. Ghost, who do we go for? Stormer, he's the target. They finally find the Visage, or maybe not Stormer. He's still running, but xnova, he's trying to get the job done himself, and eventually Ghost will find it. 2 down. Entity, they've lost a couple here, and it seems like RNG have finally cracked an opening open for themselves as Kaka, he even finds another. He's going to find Toby, but there is going to be the refresh. To the primal split once again. Toby's still blocked up by the Fisher, and now Ghost can get right to work, but they want that Earth Panda. They need it. The slope from the Eye of Scotty. Maybe they've got it. Toby trying to run, but is not going to make it out.
No buyback on him.
No buyback on Toby. And suddenly the game is swinging back the other way.
It's opened up. Entity, they got some good scouting around there with Storm, but they didn't manage to follow up. He managed to get a good jump in, doesn't live true, and you still have a lot of damage on Ghost, even though it doesn't feel like it when he's whacking a Visage away. The high ground still clears up.
Yeah. First racks the game to go the way of RNG, and I can't really believe I'm saying that, John, but they've made a great comeback here in this game. I'm going to say game 1 again, John, but it is still a best of 1. Just reminding myself, Fisher does come out. Chalice finds to back his way out, and again, it's still a very slow game. Like, you are still behind as RNG. Sure, you're 1 racks up now, but you could lose 1 team fight, and the game could just snowball back the other way. Though I say that, Pure does get caught out. He's the biggest target. The Gaze is going to lock him down, drag him out. The Kataomi, he's got the die back on the lich, so xnova, he's down for 80 seconds. In goes Pure with the wolf form, but he needs to run away as Kaka, looking for the chase, waiting for the BKB, but now the Fisher is going to lock him down. Somnus should have the damage and will eventually get it out. Pure's down for 100, but he does have buyback.
A Fiend's Gate for any aggressive movement out, more defensive, but they'll get to it.
Care away about Ghost, just going to get right to work. The bot tier 3 tower already gone. Bottom racks, not going to last long either. Kataomi is going to jump in though. Avalanche tosses out. Ghost is in big trouble. He got silenced and he will go down the first time. But he's got the Aegis. He's got the refresh. He's still got the initial meta, but the silence is there with a nullifier.
Oh my god.
Oh, Ghost is gone. And the rest of RNG, they need a way out of this team fight. Chalice just leaves, but he's left by himself. Somnus needs to TP on the tree line. With the BKB is going to be all right. But they've got Ghost down. He does have buyback available. And Jonathan, we've jinxed nothing. It's 60 minutes in. We've got tier 5 items.
Here though, could find themselves in an interesting spot.
Oh boy, here we go. RNG, they're gonna try and force something. They found Toby. The root is there. They should have follow up. You don't have the burst damage though with the A on disc. He's gonna be just fine to reinitiate this team fight with his own primal split. But they are trying to back off a Kataomi. Look at the damage output from this Tiny with the tree volley. He does at least find Kaka, but the buyback is there. Ghost now is trying to force the fight once again, but does need to back out. It just doesn't seem like the one. So the BKB does wear off, and now Entity, they keep moving forward. They want the Terror Blade. They've got it locked down with the Abyssal Blade. Ghost is in big trouble. He's going to try and find a way to buy back. He'll go for the Terror Wave, but it does nothing through the BKB. This is not the team fight. RNG needs to get back to the high ground and will do so. Did you see the damage out from Kataomi, John? This is a support Tiny with an Apex. Don't underestimate the amount of damage this man has.
Apex, Monkey King Bar, BKB, Daedalus. Very standard support Tiny items at this point.
Divine Rapier queued up as well.
Pop the BKB on Ghost to just try and find something in the middle. And Entity, they don't find anything for their trouble either. So we're stuck in a bit of a deadlock here, Mike. Yeah. Probably the longest game of the day already. 65 minutes in, 66 minutes in for day one.
And there goes xnova. He's not going to last long against a support Tiny, but in comes Ghost, trying to punish as he cannot. In fact, now Ghost, he's the one turned up. That's a bad position. Somnus, he shot Demo with a massive split open. Now Chalice, he's there with the Pit of Malice as well. Trying to burst him down. The Familiar's the Visage. He's in big trouble. Karka's out with the Echo Slam. Maybe they've got it up, and they do. Storm's got it. Somnus, it will drop as well. Onto Toby. The Aeon Disc is going to proc. Into the Primal Split they go. xnova, he pulled back into the team fight. He'll back his way out at least for now, and it's going to be just fine. It's another reset fight.
Yeah, it's just back to the start. Buybacks expended by both sides. We find a bit of a bigger kill on the side of Entity, managing to take out Somnus. He did get a little bit more in exchange.
Any server that makes it happen is
To
probably on.
be fair, I've seen my own share of mid-liches.
Top lane.
Interesting.
Certainly is. Look at that damage from that tree volley just bursting down 2.3k. Damages now, they make the jump in. Somnus in trouble, and they toss him, they burst him down. Just so quickly, Pure. He has the damage. Stormer trying to back his way out, but now it's Ghost that's in trouble. Can they surround him? Pure, he's looking for more on the backside. He's found Karka on the Earthshaker. No forced up away this time through the Nullify, but Chalice trying to buy a bit of time, but Karka's gone. Pure going for more now. Somnus, keep in mind he has no buyback available for this fight. Where's Ghost? All by himself, still trying. Does end up getting the Terror Wave off just in the nick of time to force them back, but he's going to find a target that can be aimed down. Toby will move in. Now with the blocked on, he's copying way too much damage, but the Sunder is there in time. Ghost trying for the TP out, is going to make it. Just barely. This game is not over yet, but it is a 4v5 situation, and they are missing their mid-lash rack.
And no buyback out in Somnus. It's still a big window for Entity. To be fair, like, it's already hard to understand whatever's going on here.
Kataomi's a wolf right now, John. That's a very, very scary predicament if he does make the jump in with that swift link. Let's see how it works out for them. They're going to try and defend high ground here. RNG, in they go. Kataomi, he's in, but the Aeon Disc is going to save xnova. He'll be back out of there. That goes. He's the one to move in. They found Pure. Oh, Lycan Pure's in trouble, and he's gone. At least the first time. That's just the age, the tree volley. He's going to fly in, but Pure casually walk out as they do cyclone up the TP once again. Ghost cannot get to work, but now they found at least Fishman on the AA. Ghost forced the BKB up, but is going to be just fine to take the AA down. And they hold on to the top racks. This is quite literally defense of the... This is what defense of the Ancients is, John. They are defending.
Yeah, but we're not even at the Ancient. We're still at the racks. Like, they still hold on to the racks, and it's Entity who's at least a lane and a half behind.
Never mind. Toby could be in a danger. RNG trying to move in into that mid lane. There's two big targets. If they can make the jump, Somnus is there with the scythe device to get started. Hit of Malice goes trying to move in, but the tree volley damage. You've got to be wary, but he has the Sunder. He'll reset. Back into the Fisters they go. Stormer is going to be able to back his way out. Now without the BKB Ghost, he's going to be so careful. It's in the backside. Chalice is gone on the Underlord. Karka, he'll go for a Fisher to try and hold them back, but they can't control this Tiny. He's in that wolf form. In goes Pure as well. The Echo Slam, it literally does no damage.
That's a big win for Entity. They managed to force the buyback out from Challenge, take the dieback out from Kaka, and you saw RNG try to be the aggressor. They just don't have enough to eat through.
In we go. In triangle, they hold Kataomi. I mean, he has a Divine Rapier. If you can find the kill, it's a pretty big one. xnova, Aeon Disc.
It's not the target.
No, it's certainly not. Ice Blast will land. Kataomi, he'll get the Wolf Bite now and be fine to back off. In fact, he wants to go back in. Double Wolf strat here. They do move in. Somnus with the Shiver's Guard. In fact, they found Toby, but he has his own Aeon Disc, so he's going to be just fine. Meanwhile, Pure, he'll get stunned up through the BKB. Will retreat immediately. Didn't have enough time on that BKB left to keep going. Understands he can't really handle Ghost without it. Just back his way up. Speaking of Ghost, he's got a Divine Rapier locked in his backpack right now as well.
And open up the high ground. Still, you drop the Pit of Malice, you drop the Split Earth, you drop the Firestorm. A push just doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. Now, still going to try though. Who have they got? It looks like Somnus on the left track has been caught out, but he'll be KB up. He'll survive. His Ghost will go for the Terror Wave. Is going to be just fine. Hasn't popped the real Metamorphosis. Still has Refresh anyway. I suppose if you're Anthony, surely you're just going to keep chipping away. I mean, you've got the Aegis up, you've got to keep going. And that they will.
Yeah, still, again, now Pit of Malice out, Somnus.
Oh, here we go again. Ghost just brings him right into the center of all this, dealing with the units. Stormstorm's familiars are just going to nod through this. As well as the rulings from Toby. He'll keep sending them in, trying to get the damage out. Just a slow chip away. The cool they got there on the bottom side. It looks like Stormstormer was caught out there for a moment by the Pit of Malice. He's going to be just fine though. Zenthity still trying to move in onto the high ground. Just can't get it done though. Familiars are being fed back the way of RNG. And that's going to be it. Entity there out once again.
And they hold high ground. Pit of Malice, Split Earth, Firestorm. What push are you really looking to get out here?
The units are gone, though Pure does pop the Wolf Form. In goes the Tree Volley, but it's off the mark. Kataomi not able to find the targets he wanted. RNG still doing a fantastic job of defending in this game. Hot lane, Toby, and he gets spotted out though. Kaka, he's the one getting jumped here on the Earthshaker, but he does have the Aeon Disc. Meanwhile, from the backside, Kataomi, he's got that tree volley in xnova. He's going to go down, but the immediate buyback is there as Ghost now. Man's up against Pure. It's a lot of damage onto that Lycan, but he backs his way out. As now the Hex is out. Ghost is in big trouble. The Ice Blast will connect him. He is gone, but he does have buyback.
They've still got the options here on RNG. Not going to immediately pop that buyback. Entity, this is their opening. They need to find something off the back of this. Start to rip into the high ground. As we approach the 19-minute mark here. Onto the high ground they go.
And they go once again. Divine Rapier now combined by our TV. Dagons are out by our AA. Everyone's just buying out as much as they can. Tier 3 tower. Siege. Somnus trying to defend by himself. Entity just understanding the buyback is available for Ghost. Do not want to throw a team fight back the way of RNG, but they are going to pop that Wolf Form again on Pure. Just trying to get the job done. Somnus, he'll get hexed up. There's a tree volley on xnova, but he's barely going to survive the Ice Blast. Might connect, but it shouldn't be enough damage, and it won't. Entity still just focusing down the bot lane of Barracks. The Pit of Malice will lock them down, just taking down all the familiars. Somnus moving in with more stuns available. Stormstormer. Again, gonna back off. That is a big, big splitter.
It really is. And
here we go again. That's a big Fisher. They're not done yet, Entity. They're gonna keep trying. Hex is out. Kataomi just gonna slowly walk his way out. More stuns are just permanent stunning Toby here in this bottom lane. There's nothing he can do about it. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're onto Chalice now. They've got the Underlord, but he's going to be KP available. He's going to be just fine as the gaze now xnova. Look at that range onto Toby. But the Aeon Disc, it's going to save the day once again as Ghost. He does move in with the Terror Wave, but it's not going to matter. They just don't have the lockdown.
I can't count. Even
can't count.
No, I want to say 8 or 9. But I can't be sure. Refresh out on Toby just to ensure they take this next Rosh, no problems. RNG though, smoked up. Close by.
They're going to try. They don't want to let this Roshan go down. Toby and Pure. Around.
Oh no, they're ending. They're ending.
Oh, they are ending. They're going for the Ancient.
RNG can get away with it.
They go. RNG. Can they get it done? The clip is there. They are moving back to rotate back in. This could be the play of the century as RNG. They're trying. xnova in big trouble. They're Pure. Should drop. Meanwhile, Somnus still going. In the meantime, Ghost. He's had enough. He's popping his BKBs right up to the Ancient. He goes. But does he go
Sunder! He couldn't sunder!
Oh, he couldn't sunder! They are not going to be able to end. What in the hell am I watching?
That's what you want to see. You take the risk, you try to go in. I mean, tier 4s are down. They're playing defense of the Ancients now, and Entity's in. They haven't managed to hold on to the buyback though throughout this entire time.
Back into the bot racks they go, Entity. And they are really trying to get this Rax finally down, but Ghost has respawned. They do at least find the range Rax. Ghost has bought it, that's when they're going. They go for the Fire Angel once again. In come the rotations. They're going to try, but Ghost, he's got the Terror Wave. They're just going to man up through this. The Echo's not being committed. RNG, have they gone too far? Or are they going to be able to make it? It doesn't seem like it. They are going to drop. Once again, they will go down. They've got buybacks available though. This game is not over yet.
It ain't over until it's over. It ain't over until the Ancient falls over, and neither side is any closer. That RNG gets a few steps closer. They had no creep wave.
He's in that wolf form once again, John. They are not done. Back towards that pot racks they go. They want the mega creeps up. Entity. They are going to find it. Kaka, he's in with the Fisher. One lane of barracks now left for Entity trying to aim for, and that's the top side, but they're going for the tier 4 towers. They've had enough of this game. They're onto the Visage though. They could have him. Stormstormer, he's in big trouble. Somnus will keep moving forward. Stormstormer though, he does go into that stone form. He'll survive for now. Is RNG. They will go for a reset, or do they? Backing off the Stormstormer they go. They want the Visage. They've got him down, but he's got buyback. He can rejoin the team fight if necessary. For now, no need. RNG, they'll continue defending. Into the Fisher and now the chain branch, but Kataomi, he does have a BKB up, so he's going to be just fine. Back his way up. On to the top racks they go. They do get Pit and Malice up, just everyone being rooted here by Chalice. Ice Blast is going to fly through onto Ghost, but there's going to be no follow-up. They just want the Megas. Onto Pure, though. He does get caught on the left side. The refresh is there by Somnus, but it leads to nothing. Is now Kataomi. He does move in onto Toby, onto that Brewmaster. Can they take him down? Not quite. Aeon Disc is there once again, though. Toby, he is dropping low now. He might just drop and does, but he's got buyback. And I know Mega Creeps are up. It literally means nothing.
No. It does make it easier for Entity to kind of pressure into the high ground. It will leave RNG stuck in their high ground as well, but they've been stuck there for a very long time. What it does do is take away the potential for RNG to try to go for that cheeky Ancient play.
For them, they've been dealing with this for roughly 101 minutes now, so they should be pretty used to it on the side of RNG. So they are going to move in through the mid lane, see if they can try to force a fight against these Mega Creeps. Rather against the side of Entity with the Megas, and in they go. Ice Blast is there. Chalice going to be targeted. Here comes the killing touch. It's a lot of damage for Chalice. He does have the Crimson Guard to protect us now. They move in onto Somnus with the Terror Wave. Ghost is out. Onto Kataomi, who'll try to focus him down, but the Wolf Form allows him to get away, as it seems like they need to try and reset. RNG, it's not the fight they wanted. They just can't lock them down long enough. In goes Pure though, onto xnova. The Fisher was not there in time to block him off. xnova still actually being left alone here by Pure. Instead he sees Chalice on the Underlord. He'll Abyssal Blade him up. Chalice in huge trouble, should drop surely. Eventually, as he is surrounded and will go down. No buyback available on the Underlord. xnova, he's going to go down to the Ice Blast of Fishman. Will buy back immediately. Not messing around. Doesn't want to lose these tier 4 towers. The creeps are pushing in. Entity again, I mean, they've been patient for 2 hours now. They may as well keep being a little bit more patient. Kataomi, Wolf Form is there. Double damage rune. Avalanche toss back. They've got a big target on Chalice. They've love a dieback right now. Ghost, he's going to try and jump in and save the day. Refresh is out. Terror Wave is out as well. Toby, he's the one to drive that. No buyback available. That was a dieback on the Brewmaster. They find more. It seems like for now they're going to hold because the creeps are moving into the base. Turns out the Mega Creeps are in fact doing something, Jonathan. Very, very pop.
It
certainly is.
They just need to keep that creep wave alive somehow.
It certainly is. And they've got the Fiend's Gate available if they wanted to try and abuse it. Parker, going for a Fisher, going to miss. Somnus, he's right in as well. In fact, it's Ghost that we need to watch right now on this TPs. They've got the AA down. That's 2 Divines in the deck. Is this the turning point now? As they found another, it's going to be the Age of just down on the Visage. He'll respawn very, very soon. Toby, he's still got no buyback. They're back up to Stormer. They might just have him, and it seems like they do. He is going to drop, but he does have buyback.
This is just...
They're still going. Fishman, he's going to drop a second time, but Pure, he's going to be right to back his way out as Kataomi now getting caught out on the tiny. He might drop to Boo, and he does. Pure, he does move back in. Chalice is going to drop. That's 2 down without buyback for the side of RNG. How do they do it now?
They need to repeat that process again, Mike.
Here we go.
They need to knock him out one more
They're
time.
going to get started. Edgott goes for the toss back. The TB official blade is out. He's going to go down. He's got buyback. He'll commit immediately. It's going to be a 4v3 situation. RNG are in trouble. And Somnus dropping low. Pops the blockstone. Tries to run it. It's not going to make it out. He'll buy back as well. This could be the opening though. Entity needed. As they can go on to those T4 towers. They've got the mid creeps incoming. Ghost. He's going to find a way to fight. Kaka. He's in with the Echo Slam. And the Fisher locks them down. Tearaway villain with the wolf form. It allows them to just keep running as Kalaumi still trying to fight back. Stormer, tree volley, everything through to Ghost, but it's going to be enough. The buyback is there. RNG are in huge trouble now. It's a 2v4 situation. Surely there is no way to defend this. Those Somnus will try one last time, but it's over. Or is it? They paused the game at a very awkward time. Fisher's out. It's all over though. The big creeps around the ancient. GG is called eventually. Entity barely managed to do it. Well, 107 minutes in. I don't know what else to say here, John.
Oh, that's just insane. I don't think the longest game in the main stage ever. And my God, Entity, what an amazing game they played. But props to RNG as well.